Locust outbreak destroyed many fields, and restrictions on movement due to the foot and mouth disease meant many farmers were not able to get livestock to the market. The sector declined only by 5.4% in real value added this quarter compared to 11.5% registered at the beginning of 2020. Business on One spoke to Mali Lukukela this week to put this figure into perspective. He said the climate will remain the determinant factor on the performance of the sector.
What it means is that the decline that we are seeing now is less compared to the decline that we saw the same time last year. And this is mainly because of the promising weather that we have experienced on the few quarters towards the release of the data that we are seeing. That should really give us some comforting atmosphere. Unfortunately, the agriculture sector is one sector that is only good on one end, and on the other end, it's not good. What we are talking about is in terms of employment. Agriculture sector is the one that employs the majority of people, both formally and informally. So if it performs well, the jobs in this sector is secured. But in terms of value addition, we know our manufacturing sector is very, very small. So the value addition from the agricultural product remains low. And also in terms of the consumer confidence, there is no buying power to actually support the agricultural product. But if the weather persists, and we know the erratic nature of Namibian weather or climate, it can change overnight. And so to really bank your money on a sector that relies on a factor that you have no control of, quite somehow a risk. But if you compare the two data sets, yes, there has been an improvement and it can be something to talk about on one hand, but on the other hand, again, it leaves much to be desired.
This is a key sector for the economy, not only because it is the largest employer, but also because of food security, which is a priority area for the government.
If we tie the agriculture sector to some of the national aspiration plans like your NDPs, your Harambe, you can see that the Zero Hunger initiative rests upon the agriculture sector. And for government to really achieve that, the agriculture sector must perform. But we must also be cognizant of the fact that in as much as this is our cash cow in terms of having a sector that is resilient, this sector has faced quite a number of challenges. The locust you mentioned, the foot and mouth disease. Right now there's a national debate on the red line. The implication of this discussion can be felt even as we speak, because the number of cattle marketed outside the country, number of cattle marketed within the country rests upon the arrangement that exists. So if you put all these challenges together, definitely it can have a dampening effect on the sector. But to come to your question, the agriculture sector is quite a strategic sector because not only does it provide economic security, it goes down to the very basic way it provides food security. Even if you lose your job, if you have a farm, even if you lose your job, if you have a field, your food security is secured. And that is paramount for government that has to deal with the issue of poverty and inequality in a country like Namibia. So definitely, it boils down again to the fact that in as much as it does not have economic value compared to the diamond processing and these other sectors, it is one of the sectors that is cutting across and is right at the grassroots from where government can begin to implement whatever policies and initiatives to alleviate poverty and inequality in the country.
According to the figures from the Namibia Statistics Agency, subsectors such as live cattle exports to neighboring Angola and South Africa have dropped by nearly half.